Do you remember that chaotic day when Microsoft had a massive outage? Flight to stuck, people were twiddling their thumbs, and the internet almost lost its mind. Wait, let's take that disaster to the next level. What if Microsoft didn't just glitch for a day, but vanished entirely? No reboot, no quick fix, just poof, gone. Now, imagine it's Monday morning and you trying to pull up your to-do list, but surprise, Microsoft To-Do is gone. What's your next move? Paper? A whiteboard? Panic? Get ready, because this tech apocalypse is about to take you down the rabbit hole. Imagine waking up to find 75% of the world's computers useless. Home PCs, business workstations, billions of devices just refuse to start. Why? Microsoft OS isn't anywhere near. The entire global economy grinds to a halt, while companies and people scramble for new operating systems. Linux users, it's your time to shine. And it doesn't just stop there. Losing Microsoft Office sends shockwaves through the business world. Trillions of documents, spreadsheets, and presentations are suddenly inaccessible. Businesses everywhere are scrambling to convert years of work into something usable. With the loss of PowerPoint, sure, we've all have secretly wished we'd never see another slide check again. But guess what? With PowerPoint gone, you're gonna have to talk during the presentations. Yup. No hiding behind transitions and animations now. Gamers, what's Xbox without Microsoft? That game you were just about to finish suddenly becomes invisible. Aside that, the $150 billion gaming industry will take a massive hit as the Xbox ecosystem disappears. Millions of gamers lose access to digital libraries, and game developers see a third of their market vanish. Esport tournaments are chaotic, and Twitch streamers will scramble for content. The world's best-selling video game vanishes, leaving millions of players at a loss. Virtual worlds built over thousands of hours disappear, freeing up an unexpected amount of time. Educational programs scramble to find new ways to teach creativity and problem-solving. Well, on the bright side, parents everywhere are rejoicing as kids rediscover the outdoors. With Microsoft gone, Teams is gone. No more virtual meetings. Oh no. With Microsoft Teams, the tool that kept millions connected with chat, video calls, and shared documents, suddenly gone, remote work collapses as companies lose their go-to platform for collaborating, holding meetings, and keeping projects on track. Teams used to make everything easier. Now, it's back to emails and phone calls. Yikes! No more quick ping from your boss at 9 p.m. We thought we'd celebrate, but suddenly, email chains feel like writing letters to Hogwarts. Endless, confusing, and never where you expect them to be. Companies scramble for alternatives, and introverts, they all secretly celebrate a break from the video calls. The loss of Skype will create a communication gap, especially for long-distance families and friends. Remember that time your grandma only showed you her forehead during a Skype call? Well, without Skype, even those forehead charts are gone. Get ready to teach her how to use, what now? FaceTime? Good luck. No Microsoft. Planes are grounded and everyone is stuck at this airport. Who knew the whole air traffic system relied on Azure? Imagine if Microsoft Azure, the backbone of cloud computing, powering everything from web services to AI, suddenly vanishes. Thousands of businesses lose access to their cloud infrastructure overnight. Databases crash, websites go down, and AI applications fall silent. Even air traffic control systems freeze, grounding flights and leaving passengers stranded. In a strange twist, local server manufacturers experience a sudden boom. No more Bing. How will I accidentally use a search engine I didn't mean to click on? Hey, I mean no shades. While Google breathes a sigh of relief, the loss of Bing leaves a surprising void in the search engine market. Once known for powering everything from search results to AI tools, Bing's disappearance leaves AI researchers mourning GPT-4, and edge users are forced to actually choose their search engines. Meanwhile, the phrase "Google it" becomes an eternal part of everyday language. GitHub's gone. There goes my whole code and career, and my personality. The open source community will be thrown into chaos as millions of code repositories vanish overnight. GitHub, the go-to platform for developers, disappears, and with it, access to countless projects, documentations, and collaborative tools. Developers suddenly remember what it was like before GitHub. Pure chaos. Stack Overflow becomes the last refuge. But soon, a new platform will rise, born from the ashes of broken code. Or will it? Also, without Visual Studio, the software development world grinds to a halt. Millions of developers are left staring at blank screens, wondering if they can code without autocomplete. The tech world scrambles for alternatives, while sales of rubber ducks skyrocket as old-school debugging techniques come back. Without Microsoft Surface devices, the business world's favorite hybrid laptops disappear. No more sleek tablet-laptop combos for work and play. Productivity falters as professionals scramble for alternatives, and suddenly, people are stuck deciding between a heavy laptop or bulky tablets. Meanwhile, the old-school desktop market sees a sudden resurgence. No LinkedIn? How will I humble brag about my achievements now? LinkedIn disappears, throwing the professional networking world into chaos. Millions lose their digital resume and connections overnight. Suddenly, your boss doesn't know how many certifications you have picked up. All those congrats on the new job messages vanish, and recruiters, they're back to lurking at networking events, awkwardly trying to remember what you look like in person. Cortana's gone. Who will you blame for setting my alarms wrong? As Microsoft AI assistant, Cortana vanishes, users are left to fend for themselves. Smart home enthusiasts scramble to reprogram their devices, and procrastinators lose their favorite excuse for missed deadlines. In a surprising twist, people rediscover personal responsibility, and sales of traditional alarm clocks soar. Edge is gone, and Windows users are left with the unfamiliar task of choosing their web browser. Google Chrome downloads dip briefly, only to skyrocket once people figure out how to install it. Internet Explorer loyalists attempt to come back, but their favorite browser is gone too. The disappearance of OneDrive leaves millions of users suddenly dataless. It's like we've gone back to the Stone Age, only instead of fire, we've lost our digital photos, documents, and files. Suddenly, people are carrying around external hard drives like they are ancient scrolls. And the cloud? Well, that's just a memory now. Without Power BI, data analysts everywhere panic. Dashboards and reports suddenly disappear, and businesses scramble to figure out how to communicate their data in plain English. Whiteboards and colored markers flies off the shelf as old-school data visualization makes a comeback. Microsoft's what's gone? Guess my novel will never get written now. The writing world is thrown into disarray as the most popular word processor disappears. Millions of half-finished manuscripts vanish, and writers everywhere breathe a sigh of relief. They finally have the perfect excuse. Meanwhile, typewriters and fountain pens sees a sudden surge in sales. The racing community screeches to a halt as the popular Forza franchise vanishes. Virtual car enthusiasts mourn their lost garages, and the automotive industry loses a key marketing tool. On the bright side, real go-kart trucks experience an unexpected boom as frustrated gamers look for alternatives. Augmented reality fans are devastated as HoloLens disappears. An industry that relies on AR for training and design scramble for replacement, while DIY VR headset suddenly becomes popular. Flight Simulator is grounded, devastating the aviation enthusiast community. Armchair pilots are stuck, leading to a brief surge in productivity. But airline sees a spike in new pilot license applicants and toy plane sales skyrockets. With Microsoft Defender gone, Windows users feel exposed. Antivirus companies swoop in to fill the gap, and phishing scammers celebrate briefly before realizing users are suddenly more cautious. The Microsoft Store vanishes and people are left in mild confusion. App developers scramble for new distribution platforms, and users rediscover the art of downloading softwares directly from websites. Strangely, computer literacy improves as people learn to navigate the web without a centralized store. The loss of the sticky note app sends disorganized people into a brief panic. Desktops everywhere are suddenly free of digital clutter, but users quickly realize they don't remember their password or brilliant ideas. Physical sticky notes sees a sudden boom, and new colored paper becomes a rare commodity. The disappearance of MS Paint sends shockwaves through the world of amateur digital artists. Meme creators and office doodlers mourn their loss, while the overall quality of digital art improves dramatically. Meanwhile, real paint and canvas sales surge as people rediscover traditional art forms. Businesses everywhere are surprised to find they prefer simpler, more intuitive CRM systems after the loss of Dynamic 365. Employees have more time in their day, no longer lost in unnecessary features. Sales teams are thrilled as work suddenly gets easier. Corporate email chaos ensues with the loss of Exchange servers. IT department panic, while workers briefly enjoy inbox-free bliss. But soon, everyone realizes they miss the comfort of ignoring emails and alternative methods of communication. Like career pigeons might make a comeback. Minecraft, the world's best-selling video game, vanishes. Virtual worlds built over thousands of hours disappears, freeing up an unexpected amount of time. Educational programs scramble to find new ways to teach creativity and problem-solving. Meanwhile, LEGO sees a sudden surge in sales. The corporate world is thrown into disarray as Outlook vanishes. Everyone's inbox is at zero, and productivity briefly soars as people focus on actual work. But soon, the realization hits. They all have to talk to their co-workers in person. The excitement fades. Without Excel, the world's most beloved spreadsheet software, accountants, data analysts, and business professionals everywhere are in full panic mode. Years of data analysis, financial planning, and budget tracking are suddenly inaccessible. Remember that sinking feeling when you accidentally delete a formula? Now imagine that, but forever. Accountants will be begging for their VLOOKUPs back. No more Windows Media Player. Suddenly, we are all forced to relive the early 2000s by downloading obscure media players just to watch a video or to listen to music. It's like we've been transported back to the early 2000s when you needed 3 different media players and a prayer to get your video to play. Remember codec not supported? That's so 2004. Without Windows updates, for the first time in years, people realize their computers aren't randomly rebooting at the most inconvenient times. No more forced updates. Finally, some peace. But hold on. Here comes the hackers. Like they've been waiting for this moment. Now it's a mad scramble to fix security holes with whatever's lying around. Bubblegum, duct tape, and sheer panic. Without Windows Server, IT departments across the globe face complete meltdown. Companies are left scrambling to find alternatives for managing their entire digital infrastructure. No more centralized control of file sharing, authentication, or network resources. Chaos ensues in several rooms as businesses desperately attempt to figure out how to run their networks without their trusted server backbone. The loss of Microsoft Access throws small businesses and database managers into chaos. Thousands of customized databases vanish, leaving people with no way to manage their data. As businesses panic, everyone is reminded just how many vital systems were quietly running on Access databases for years. Old filing cabinets are dusted off, and paper forms makes a nostalgic comeback. Of course, Bill Gates' fortune also abruptly drops with the shutdown of Microsoft. Once the richest man on the planet, the humanitarian millionaire is watching his fortune go. His Microsoft stock becomes worthless, leaving him to reminisce about the good old days of the Windows boom. Bill may have to give up his opulent lifestyle in a world without Microsoft in favor of something a little more grounded. Suddenly, those high-stakes philanthropy projects gets a lot more challenging. But let's be honest, after a week of this chaos, we'll all be begging for that good old blue screen of death, just for something familiar. So next time Windows forces an update at 3 a.m., remember, it could be worse, much worse.